Da-da-da-da. And we are back with the Passing Show on Harrowings Live with Hal Gill, your host, looking over at the Tripper bus, which is about to depart, I expect, for New York City. It's one of the nice things about living here. If you want to, you can just come down here, pick up a bus, and go to New York City. And it's usually pretty cheap. As far as I know, I haven't priced it in a while. Lynn and I did it a couple of times. I think next time we'll do the train if we do it. Brow contour. It's the beauty enhancer. So if you need your brows done, brow contour is the place to do it. Got a place for lease here. I kind of wonder what's going on. I wonder if switching board might have shut down. I hope not. That they've got a place for lease there. They're hiring at Selena. Might be worthwhile. Power coffee, man. I don't know. I don't know if I'd be any good at that. It might be nice to get a job. I've always admired this opal, but I understand you should not buy vintage opals because they carry bad karma or something. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but I don't need to be buying any opals anyway. I don't know if my wife likes that. Oh, it's green, and she does like green. I don't think she would wear it. Looking at the watches, I have a nice watch, but I got it at Saffel. I never spend money on a super nice watch because what's the point, right? Um, Show off the fact that you can wear a nice watch. And I do tell people that I wanted it in a raffle when they notice it, so they don't think I'm like ostentatious or something, but it's a good watch. Anyway, we have been talking about falling. We've been talking about all kinds of stuff, family. We've been talking about the passing show, and I've got Pam Wade back and Julie. Good to have you both on the passing show. As I say, this is just a little who, what, when, and where, a little journalism, a little primary documentation for historians of the future, potentially. It's going to be laid out there in the different formats, YouTube and Substack and Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And we'll trap this instant in time, this perspective on time, everything being relative. Nothing is as it seems. And to keep the eyes wide open, keep awake and aware of the passing show, including police helicopter going over there, Metropolitan Police patrolling. We had the National Guard waved and smiled with them a little bit today down at the DuPont Circle itself, where there was an open mic by Venom Comics going on. They were calling people up who are into comics and why they're into comics and what comics are all about. I thought that was really interesting. I didn't stay long, but I've got things to do. I've got my wife to keep happy because there's an old adage: happy wife, happy life. Who else we got? Gerard Mage is back, and Lucia Selena. I'm not sure I've seen you before, but the passing show is just a little bit of raw journalism. As mentioned, a little who, what, when, and where with my prattle in the background. We're just tuned in to a fellow named Simon. His last name escapes me now. Yesterday morning, a writer in Norwich, England, and we were talking about how he was not really comfortable doing these little blurbs. And I am, because I don't care what anybody thinks. Church of Scientology, National Affairs Office here, the Fraser Mansion. It's on the National Register of Historic Places, built in 1890. Its porch has been damaged quite a bit lately. A tree that used to stand right here in this little box of earth, and it fell and it crushed. And you can see the little repair up here, I think, on the balustrade around the top of the porch. But yeah, I don't know. Just random stuff happens. Someone's got their tree out on the balcony there, and a little screened-in area as well. on the DuPont. This is another apartment building. And my neighborhood, I don't know my neighbors for the most part. I walk along the next street over with Jack when he's in town. He's an architect, retired. And he picks up trash along the way while we talk about whatever in the mornings. And yeah, it's always good. I really don't go live with Jack very often. I did one, and don't know where that went. I was going to do a series on Jack. I was going to call it Torn and Frayed Films. Our mutual acquaintance Paul has a company called Torn and Frayed after the Rolling Stones song. And I don't really know what Paul does, but people treat him as though he's special. I don't know why. I don't find him to be special, except, you know, people treat people like they feel like that people ought to be treated. And I guess at some level, we teach people how to treat us. I don't know. I just try to stay away from people. They seem to be cruel for the most part. I mean, that's one thing that really happened between Paul and me some time ago. It's an act of cruelty I just thought was completely unnecessary. I've never been cruel to him that I know of. I'm taller than he is. That could be a problem. No idea. How about this squirrel? Hey, squirrel. Oh, well. These fences are very dangerous, by the way. Somebody's put a broken glass thing on it. I fell and impaled my hand on this fence over here. Um, my first coffee of the pandemic went splashing. That was what I was really upset about. But then noticing my hand had gone over one of these squared off pegs here. The particular one in question. It's down here. And it gone clean through my hand. I pulled my hand up and off of it. And I can always tell because there's rust here that I think was created by my blood. Right there. That dang thing went right through my hand. And you can see the scar where it went through. And yeah, passerby got a tourniquet. And I fell just this morning up here, right in this block, or in this sidewalk area on the other side of Connecticut Avenue at the intersection of Florida. And this person stopped apparently. I was going to let them go, but they let me go. Just kind of watch your step, got to be where your feet are. Bipedal gait. You know how many little signals have to come in, get processed, come back down to actuate the muscles in sequence just to walk? It's amazing. It's a hell of a lot of processing that goes on. And of course, as we move at walking speed, which is normal for us, we take in the passing show. Things move around us. It's good for the visual processing centers. Good for our auditory training as well. How far away things are. The sounds in the distance. Of course, I've got significant tinnitus, so that's there. By the way, I like to have my guests talk about how they are and where they are. Um, Oftentimes they don't, which makes me feel like they're probably not listening. And I think listening is a huge gift. Any attention that we can give to each other is just amazing. Washington Monuments down there, just beyond those magnolia trees. I've got to go out of the way. I just realized, oh well, get to a medium. Can I see the Washington Monument from here? I don't know. Maybe it's behind the building. Can't see it from this angle. You can see it from up there very clearly, standing above DC. What else can we see around us? My wife's old office window, 3 down and 3 over on the Universal building. Now emptied, as they're going to convert it into residences, it said. Walgreens is there too, and I don't know if the pharmacy is open on a Sunday or not, but tomorrow I'll pick up some medications for my wife. azathioprine is necessary for her to um, stay in remission from autoimmune disease, a type called autoimmune hepatitis, where liver attacks itself. She was saying that her deal is that she's taken self-loathing to the cellular level. Autoimmune disease being where the cells attack themselves. Hopkins MBA now in DC, by the way, the bus is advertising, the business school. And what else have we got? This is where I tripped. I went down hard. I don't see any evidence of it. It's the imprint of a leaf, probably from one of these trees. The mansion here is for sale. So if you feel you need a Georgian mansion, you know where to come. It's, yeah, right there. I don't have its number offhand. I think it's like 20 something. 2001 S Street, maybe. It's mixed use, 16,504 square feet approximately. It's an interesting approximation. And let's see what we got. Hear Yourself by Prim Rawat. Audacious Book of Succulents. Okay, I've seen that before. Sparrowhawk's Lament, Earthing. Ah, okay. Very carefully going up the steps to the bunker. Pick up the wife. You take that little Camry there up and gas it up in Columbia, Maryland. That's where Michael Chabon's from. I was just commenting on Chabon and Things Had Changed by Bob Dylan, for which Bob won an Oscar. A tune that he wrote specifically for Wonder Boys, a film starring Michael Douglas based on a Michael Chabon novel about life in Pittsburgh, which I really loved because he captured it so perfectly. And I had to give up my classroom for the first scene. So that's like near and dear to my heart. We could talk about other things, but I want to remind everyone that every cent spent is a vote for the kind of world we are co-creating. If you don't like the world you're in, think about how you're spending your money and be the change you want to see in the world. Take action. And if you can't spend, take action anyway. Let your voice be heard. As Patti Smith says, use your voice. And we'll end there. Thanks for joining.